Man, I'm all jacked up.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad. Doing no cap. Only God wants you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad.
Yeah.
Baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad, shit on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take.
Hello, everybody. It is me, Jag, your idiot host. So we have a great show for you guys, and we just literally did the whole thing for like an hour, and then I realized I didn't even hit freaking live. I would say make an excuse and lie to you guys and say, man, it was like technical difficulties, but it was more like mental difficulties. So we're here now. We're gonna be showing you guys some cool stuff. We did have a really good show. We got some good stuff to show you guys. Uh, so we're gonna start off by kind of bringing in my friend Geeks. Uh, First of all, I do want to apologize to you guys for being so freaking late. Um, but we are here now. I do want to introduce my buddy Geeks, man. If you guys know Geeks, man, me and Geeks, we've been rocking together since like I've got on YouTube like 2018, and he's come over to my place. We've gone to cons. I've gone over to his side of the country. We've gone to cons and stuff like that. And then we're going together to do some New York stuff, and a lot of times we overlap with our interests, and we enjoy collecting a lot of stuff. And one of the things that we enjoy collecting is like CGC comics and stuff like that. But anyways, I'll bring him in, and then you know we're gonna talk a little bit about that as well. So let's add you in there. All right, my boy Geeks, man, how you doing,
What's
man?
up, buddy? How are you?
So
That's so funny.
yeah, I know. It's like, but man, I'm not gonna lie though, we had a good time just like chatting up and showing books and everything. So we're gonna be doing this, and we're just gonna call that the dry run, and then we're back in here. So hold on real quick, man. So
You
yeah,
gotta, you
man.
gotta, you gotta shout out Unruly and the Comic Collector for coming in early. And I
Yeah,
honestly like that fucked with me because I thought that those were live comments. You know, I
yeah.
was like,
I
oh
mean, there were
shit.
lots of comments, but you know how you can like tailgate
Yeah, 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 yeah,
when they
yeah.
came in. So
That's
yeah,
just
man,
funny.
shout out to Unruly, man. Dude stopped by like super early, man. Uh Freaking legend, dude. You're awesome, bro. Also shout out to Tim the collector. Really enjoyed it. Like no wonder he said you're going past my bedtime. I was like, bro, I thought we were just like going a little late. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Well, apparently I wasn't even live at the whole time. So yeah, man, shout out to you, man. I know he just got his Green Lantern foil collection from big time collectibles and stuff like that. So I know they were fooling around, trying to sell their shit at Fan Expo before they fulfill their orders. So you know what? That's messed up, man. But I'm glad that he was able to get his as well. So shout out to you, man. Um, uh, I'm glad you finally got your books, man. So so yeah, geeks, man, let them know. Let people that haven't been here before, let them know like what kind of stuff do you like to collect, and yeah, man, like what kind of characters and stuff like that.
All right. I mean, first is Carnage. Like that's, but really, it's like anything that I liked as a kid. You know, like so the Turtles, Dragon Ball Z, anything that appealed to me as a kid. Like I'm, chasing that feeling as an adult.
Yeah, same thing here, man. Like I love the '80s stuff, the '80s movies, the uh a lot of that nostalgia stuff from back in the day. A lot of DC stuff. So yeah, here.
Um,
So
you really put it
uh
into perspective, like when we were talking about the Flash,
yeah,
when we were talking about how bad the CGI was,
yeah.
and I was like, yeah, the CGI sucked, but like I still really liked the movie. And you were like, yeah, but I grew up on, or you grew up on a terrible CGI and good movies back in the '80s. And I was like, yeah, that's probably why I can look past it. Like,
Yeah,
and it makes so much sense.
yeah, for sure. Like I still love like Spawn and the CGI in that shit's like weird,
Yeah.
like wars and stuff like that. But even though I still prefer like practical effects and stuff, but at the same time, I don't want to give the studios like I don't want to complain and like and just like hammer these movies over the CGI and and tell the studios, hey, your movie sucks because of the CGI. I don't want to send that. I don't want to send that message. I want to like,
I
the
feel
story
like, yeah,
sucks.
I feel like they're
That's
figuring it
what.
out, like everybody's figuring everything out like as we go.
Yeah, a little bit, man.
It's just weirder to see like bad CGI like on a big blockbuster movie nowadays. So that's why it was like so jarring. But like I grew up with bad CGI, so I love it.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you. I could hear you earlier too, but
Yeah, I couldn't hear nothing because my earbuds went out. Um, but
you
yeah,
know,
man.
I have
So
an hour charge.
so I know how long they last now. But yeah, man. So the topic we want to talk about today, man, we want to talk about like some CGC stuff. We're gonna be showing you guys some cool stuff, and then we're also gonna be talking to you guys like why we collect these stuff because there's a lot of misconception like around like CGC signature series that people try to like always kind of boil it down to like certain boxes and stuff. But this is actually like pretty complicated. Like when you go to signatures and just trying to say, okay, how do I want this signature? Do I want it raw? Do I want it slab? Do I want a signature series? Or do I want the freaking signature on the damn slab itself? You know what I mean? Like what works? So you got to think about like how am I going to display this stuff and everything? How do I frame it? So we're going to be talking about a little bit of that. So let me know like so for you geeks, why do you like getting signatures?
Well, why I like getting signatures just because like it's a way for me to uh, hang out with the artist or the writer or the actor or whatever it is, like to break bread. Like it's an easy like way to be like, hey, I'm into this, you did this, let's talk. But that's not why I collect a CGC like or CBCS or whatever. Some is for display, some is for investment, some is for secondhand buying. Um, all sorts of stuff. There's a million different reasons why I collect different versions of different books.
Yeah, and I think and that's why I think it gets kind of like complicated where you're kind of going through each book and you're like, all right, how do I want to get this signed or how do I want to display this and all that kind of stuff. So
So one
so
of
we'll start off with a little bit of some CGC books if you got some examples,
yeah,
and then
well,
let us and then tell us like why you got that slab.
I'll start off with two books. Okay, this one isn't signed, um, but this is my personal Maximum Carnage whenever I was a kid, and I went PGX. Okay. And like
Okay.
everybody dogs on PGX because like the value isn't there, but to me like this is like an old book that was in my collection that all I wanted was a cheap frame for it. So this makes sense. Like if you're doing like if you're slabbing just for a personal reason. And then this one's a CBCS, a yellow label. This one is my childhood X-Men one. It's a like it doesn't make any sense to grade it because it's such a low grade and this is such uh, a common book. But it was mine, so like to me like I just want to grade it for myself. So this is
Hmm.
another example of just like a personal collection or a personal book that it's going to stay in the collection.
Yeah.
I love that. It's a Jim Lee, awesome cover. I remember it from whenever I was like 8 years old. 3.5. It's like the grade's embarrassing, but like it fits me
Hmm.
at that age. Like so. I
Yeah.
love it.
And I remember you got that graded by it was originally graded by PGX at a different grade,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah. Actually, I got that graded by PGX, and it was like an 8.0. Like they did a terrible job, but that was never the purpose. It was like
Yeah.
it was just for display. Like I just wanted
Yeah.
it to display because it was my old book, and
Yeah.
and then I cracked it open. I knew the 8.0 was wrong, but
Yeah.
I never cared. And then
PGX, bro. Like,
yeah, yeah. But they're cheap. It was like
yeah.
it's literally like going to the dollar store and getting a dollar store frame. So I
Yeah.
honestly didn't mind it.
Yeah, like
But
so close, PGX, so close,
yeah,
bro.
so close. But like yeah, it's cool. Like 3.5, it makes sense to me. Like it should be low. Signed by Jim Lee. I love it. It's cool. And that would be an example of just getting something like for my personal collection that is just for me, and that's why I would get it graded, just to have the verified signature of the Jim Lee. I would
And I
have
think
actually kept that raw, but I like the way it looks slabbed.
And I think that's a interesting, that's a good point that you bring up is that it's the whole display thing. For like example, I got this Alien signed by Mike Mayhew, and it's that awesome purple signature that just really bounces up. And we'll talk a little bit about, color signatures and everything, but I love this book and it looks awesome. I got these BCW cases, you know what I mean, to keep it protected. It's really awesome. But the problem is I have my slabs displayed in the J channel stuff, so they're set to a certain size, CGC slabs. So it's really difficult to try to display this in there. It kind of looks weird. It just doesn't fit right. So a lot of times, just getting a book slab with the signature already in it, it just makes sense. So I can be able to display it, you know what I mean, without making it feel like it's weird or something, without having it stand out. So if there's a company out there, man, that like if you guys just make frames that are like the same dimensions of a CG slab, I would be all over that, 100% sure. Because that's at the end of the day, that's like the main reason why I grade my CGC books is because for protection. Like I literally dropped my RoboCop 1 the other day. I chipped it. Now there's like a little piece in there or whatever, but I don't plan on getting it reholstered because the slab did its job. Like it protected the book. The book is still in the same condition. You know what I mean? It's just the case that broke, and it doesn't matter because that to me that's the purpose of the slab.
You know what I've done in the past, and like I still save them. Like
Yeah,
whenever I crack open a slab, to get it regraded or whatever I want to do with it, I'll save those. Like, and I'll put like just a cool cover that I like. I'll put tape on the sides just to like display it. Like, because like
yeah.
to me, like it's like a cooler way to. It's like framing a poster. So
Hmm.
like I'll keep those old slabs. I'll put like a cool cover that I like or whatever, or like one of my childhood books that I like. I want to do something with, and I'll just tape up the sides and I'll like, I make it look somewhat nice, but it's just for me. Like it's just to do that. I know D-Runk used to do I think he called it oh shit, like DGC or something like that.
Yeah, I
Uh,
remember that.
yeah, and he had uh, like there was some company that he would buy and he would print out cool labels and stuff like that. So I should look into
Yeah,
that. But the only reason I go like for PGX, I think at the time it was like, oh fuck, like $13 or something like that to
yeah.
slab it. And I was like, I just want to display it. I don't care
So
about it.
let's
It's not good for investing.
go ahead and take a little time out there and just so we can say what's up to the chat. Say what's up to Sam I am, bro. I know brother's always on the hunt looking for those key books, man. I know he just recently, within the last month or so, or I think maybe 2 months, he got that Black Manta. He got the Aquaman 35. I know we're like Black Manta bros right there. Also, shout out to Comic Cap Collectibles, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming by, man. So you guys let me know. What do you guys in the chat? If you guys want to, what do you guys think about getting signatures? If you do get signatures, what are some of the reasons you guys like to get those things signed? Um, so you got any like cool CGC stuff, man? You want to like show off or whatever?
Oh, I mean, like uh, this book right here is a Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures 1. It's signed by Steve Levine and Peter Laird. And like I
Yeah.
said, like I have not been able to meet Peter Laird. I would love to meet him. It's something that I felt like the only way I was going to get a signature was to buy it secondhand.
Hmm.
I bought this from a community member. So like it was 84 from one of his auctions. So like I knew it was trustworthy. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't that, but like when you buy these kind of things off eBay, you don't always know the person that you're buying it from. So like that's why I like getting like a verified signature. Like and I don't normally like getting like a secondhand signature unless like I feel like I can't get it. And so this one made sense for me to get it. Like maybe like if I got to meet Peter Laird and get him to sign a few books that I actually wanted him to sign, I could maybe sell this and it would be easier to sell because it's verified. But that day hasn't come. So like this was the one way for me to get a Peter Laird signature. And that's another reason it makes sense to verify your signatures like the CGC.
Yeah, and I think you touched on like an important point there, like where we're talking about like sometimes these artists like they only stay local to their area, or some of them don't even go to cons like in years or whatever. So that's like a good reason to like get, signature. Like you want this specific artist that worked on your favorite character, and you want him, you want a piece in your collection, but it's so difficult to try to meet them at a con. And I think we can agree that I think everyone would prefer to get their signatures live. Like I think that's the preference, but sometimes that's kind of difficult. And for an example of that, I'm going to be showing you guys this Aquaman number 49, and this is a Joshua Middleton cover. And this is just awesome. Look at this white signature that just really pops off that corner. Just a super clean signature. Just love the feeling of this and everything. But Joshua Middleton, I believe he lives in England, so I had to send this one in to get it signed. And I think that's a good reason to kind of get these slabs because you can't always, you know, meet these artists. But like if Joshua Middleton comes to the States, he might just come to like some of the big ones like New York Comic Con, or he might come to San Diego or something like that. And not everyone's going to be able to, get those signatures and stuff like that. So as much as I try to avoid sending in books, I think it's a lot of, or buying secondhand signatures. Sometimes that's like the one route to go, depending on the artist. So that's an example of that. Hold on, guys. I got another book. Uh, Another example of that is Adam Hughes. So this one is just recently done. And again, Adam Hughes for a while, he wasn't going to a whole lot of cons. So uh, and I just went ahead. Like I was keeping these books right there locked and loaded. I was like, man, I'm about to go to a con. If whenever Adam Hughes shows up, I'm going there. But apparently, I've waited for a couple of years. Then the signature came in, and I just went ahead and sent it in. But this is the Mexican version of it. Don't really matter. I can read Spanish, but I don't really want to read this in Spanish, anyways. But it's an awesome, and it's always cool when they do like on when I cut out my windows and put the tape around the signature window, I'll write gold please. Like I think in this one I put like yellow please, or sometimes I'll do like pink or red, give them an option or whatever. And it's always really cool when a artist like honors a request, because I know some artists don't do it. Like Todd McFarlane, I know he won't do it. He'll just, some people request like the whole name and he won't always do it, just because the amount of signatures that he has going on, he can't be fiddling around with markers and stuff. But I think that this is more of a recent thing with artists just kind of playing with the markers. And I think a lot of that started with Clayton Crane, who we'll be talking to about in a little bit more. But you got anything? I know you probably have like an Adam Hughes one you probably wanted to show.
Yeah, I do have an Adam Hughes one.
But that's just like an example of like an artist that doesn't really attend a whole lot of cons. I'm gonna shout out the chat here, man. Bobby DeLeghetto, I love getting signatures. For me, it's meeting the creator and making a memory. Yeah, 100%. I think that's an important part of like meeting them is just it puts a human on the other side of that comic book. You know what I mean? Like someone's creating it and someone's appreciating it, and like that. I know Bobby DeLeghetto sent me like some pictures of like him, Bernie Wrightson, get signatures like that.
Yeah,
Now it's
that's
like, oh
awesome.
man, that's
That's
freaking
crazy.
amazing, dude. Yeah. So here's Sam I Am. He says, I like getting signatures from artists that I dig. It's always cool to meet people behind the comic. Most of them are down to earth and incredibly gracious for liking their art. Yeah, 100%. Like most of the artists that I meet are super cool, man, super laid back. And you just get to, get some really cool stories out of it as well. Um, so NORAD82, man, welcome, man. I appreciate you, man. 100%. Thank you for coming in. Sam I Am says that's a great cover. Middleton is phenomenal. You know, Middleton's that dude, man. Like you'll have like artists that just have like a trademark, like Hughes, Frizen, Scotty Young, you know, where you recognize that's their style. But Middleton's a little bit of a chameleon, man, where he'll his artists, you know, sometimes they'll look one way and then they'll look another way, and it still looks great. Yeah, man. Uh, yeah, thank you. I appreciate it, Bobby, man. It's like never did a window, but that's a good idea. Yeah, man. You know, it works sometimes. You know, it works 60% half the time. You know what I mean? So yeah. Um, thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. 100%. Yeah, man. So I know you had like a little carnage. So for those of you guys don't follow Geeks, man, Mr. Steve H on Instagram, he's got a phenomenal Carnage collection, man. Like you've been, you know, hammering away and just building up a really impressive Carnage collection.
Yeah, I feel like I have crazy like heavy hitters in that part of the hobby. Like it's pretty awesome. It's crazy. Like I look through them sometimes. I'm just like, holy shit! I got this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, all to do them. And like as much as I like getting signatures and everything in person, it's like it's not always doable, you know. And I don't like you know what CGC charges for their in-house,
Hmm.
but I'm a sucker too, you know, because like Comic Cons here where I'm at, like they probably come like twice a year. They do Denver and they do Springs, and then I'm lucky to like if somebody sprinkles something in like close. Like I'm traveling this year to three. Like I'm going to Michigan, I'm going to Nebraska, and I'm going to New York, just to do that. And it's like super expensive. So like the CGC in-house signings work, you know. And then sometimes you get to ask those guys for a sketch that maybe they normally wouldn't do if like you met them at a convention, and you don't have to fuck around with like the crowds and all this other stuff. And like it helps you like get more than you normally would, I guess. So it's like I hate the prices that they charge, but like I love the convenience, so I still like kind of do it.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like it's
Um,
just depending on the artist and your ability to access them.
my Sam saying I'm running out of like artists to get like in like my unicorn of artists is Eric Larson, like because he actually worked on 344, which is the first appearance of fucking Cletus Cassidy. So like
You got the one
he's
guy.
well yeah, and then like I'm gonna like try to like butter up James O'Barr maybe when we meet him to do it.
Yeah.
I know he told you no one time,
Yeah,
but
I tried it, but I think he was doing it out of respect for Sam De La Rosa, because Sam De La
yeah,
Rosa was like down there, and he was like, "Yeah, I mean, I got Carnage, but there's other artists here that also did Carnage and stuff like that." So,
yeah, yeah.
but speaking of De La Rosa, I don't know if you got something to show, but
Well, yeah,
I
I'll
got a
show
De La
this.
Rosa on deck.
Yeah, I'll show this Adam Hughes one. And it's like way out of character for like I love having a Carnage Adam Hughes.
Yeah,
I like his girls better. Like he does like super hot girls, but not necessarily the monsters, but I this is what I'm saying. Like the in-house signings, like I love them and I hate them. You know, like so it's cool to be able
yeah,
to get something like this, even though I didn't actually get this. Like his, I was gonna like I had this on the agenda to get, and his in-house signing sold out within like 20 minutes, and I wasn't able to get it. So I bought the second hand. I saw like CGC like posting like some of the ones he did, and I saw that he did like two or three Carnages. I was like, those are going to be for sale. I knew it. I knew they were gonna. Somebody was like getting them to sell, and
yeah,
this wasn't like a terrible price for this, like because it's a 1 in 200 variant. I think the book already is like I don't know, like over $100, like $125 or something, and then they were
yeah,
charging 160 for the remark, and then it came with Donnie Cates and Stegman.
yeah. Triple
So
sign. Hold on, let me blow
yeah,
it up so people can get a little closer look at that.
yeah.
Um,
So the price that I paid for it, to me, for a 9.8 uh, 1 in 200 variant, Adam Hughes, you know, triple signed, is worth it,
yeah,
and I love it.
100% worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely love it. It's
And I
so
think
awesome.
with that being also like a yellow label, I think that's another point that we can go lean into is that being a yellow label gives you a little bit of peace of mind that this shit's authentic. It's not like some dude like scribbling shit on a book who's really good at like mimicking artists and stuff like that. So
I
that's
agree.
always a good idea. So um, just wanted to show this little Donny Cates right here, man. One of the earlier signatures I picked up. I got this one at New York Comic Con, but there's another one too. Like he's got like a crazy little signature. And I think like you were saying earlier too as well, like with these signatures, like a lot of times you may not be able to recognize the artist or who it is. Like let's say you find like a book like in the back issue bin and you don't really know who the artist is. CGC, I think with having that label, you know who's worked on that book as well. So
Well,
and
yeah, I feel
I think
like also like a lot of those signatures, like unless they have like a really like killer signature, like Stegman, like Stegman has the Stegosaurus. Like
mhm,
it's a harder to duplicate, like because
yeah.
I told you I saw that video like of the guy like practicing the signature. I think Comic Book Investments showed that, and then he submitted it. He got it yellow labeled by CBCS or whatever.
Yeah, shout
So
out to Comic Book Investments, man. I think that's like one of my favorite investment channels because, you know, he always keeps it like he keeps it level. You know what I mean? Um, and here's a example of like some signatures that are like I just recently got this one. This is a Jeff Deckel signature on a Poison Ivy, and like I was just like saying earlier, like you, unless there's like identifier or you recognize the artist's signature, it would be kind of difficult because this guy's like he's got a really funky signature on there. But really cool, really awesome, just to add that to the collection as well. I do appreciate that, some artists they do like free signatures on Raws or they limit it to five or whatever. So yeah, man, really, really awesome book to pick up as well.
look at this one. This one is a Frank Miller, and all it is an FM. Like that would be so easy to duplicate. Just that signature. And then like the art doesn't scream Frank Miller, so like it's another reason like it's good to get it like good to get it graded. You know.
Yeah. So yeah, and then Bobby Delago says, "I've never had nothing witness. All my signatures are now." Uh, I would argue with that, bro. Like you've seen that, bro. So you're like your own witness. You know what I mean? And if it's for your collection, like it really don't matter, man. Like I got this James O'Barr.
It's an addiction too. Like once you get
Yeah,
one, you're like,
because
oh, it's kind of cool. Like maybe I'll get another. Maybe I'll get
yeah,
another.
because
And all of a sudden you have fucking like 50 slabs. Like it's crazy.
and
It's
you're
very
trying to
sad.
like do it like on a level, you know what I mean? Like, and so I got this James O'Barr piece right here. He just signed the slab because like I was telling you guys earlier, like a slab is just to me, this is just like a protection, you know what I mean? Like, it won't break my heart if the slab breaks. And but just to have James O'Barr sign it there, that was really awesome because this book is for me. I don't really see myself part myself with this book. And I was there, so I was like, that experience of getting to meet him. And so yeah, definitely raw signatures are freaking awesome as well for your personal collection as well. Um,
I collect mainly like original art now, so like most of my stuff is like all raw. Um, but if I have the ability to do a sketch cover, like
uh-huh.
not all my sketch covers are graded. It's like pretty much 50-50. I have like a ton of them that isn't graded, and then I have a ton of them that is graded. And it's just
Yeah.
kind of like whatever works out. And then it depends on like the amount of money that I spend. So like if I spend like $400 on getting a whatever, then like
Hmm.
why not spend the extra $30? Because like I don't want to sell any of these, but like one day my kids will have to. And like it's just going to make it so much easier for them to be like, oh, what is this book?
Yeah.
Because they don't know what this is, and it just lays out all the information, and it's going to make it easier because they could take all this stuff to a if like all my boxes of comic books they could take to a store and sell them, and whatever store could offer them like whatever amount of money, and they're just going to be happy taking it. But at least with something like like this, they can look up on eBay and be like, oh fuck, this is selling for this much, like they have an idea of what to do with it.
Yeah,
Because
and I
like
think
all this stuff, like all my Carnage stuff, like I'm not planning
yeah,
on selling. So they're gonna
right.
have to one day deal with it.
Yeah,
They're gonna have
because it's
they're gonna
like,
have
hey,
to like
Dad
look
left
at
us all this box of shit, like we got
yeah,
to do
yeah,
something with it, you know,
exactly. So
and at least they can that way they can get the most out of it. But you made a good point too, like saying it depends on how much you put into the book as well. Like for me, I picked this up last year. This is the Sandman Universe Nightmare Country #1. So I pre-ordered this and it was like $200, and I was like, shit, that's twice ratio. I'm gonna lose out. I was pretty much with the mentality I'm gonna lose money on this. But I wanted this cover so bad because to me this was like the best death cover that's out there. Um, and death doesn't get a whole lot of covers. Like if you try to look into her past, like yeah, there's the action one, and then there's my I can't really think of another one, but like her original ones. But this one's definitely like the best one, and who knows like when we get another death cover. So I was like $200. Yeah, this is definitely gonna get slabbed. But then the opportunity came to uh get it signed by Jenny Frison, and I was like, yeah, I'll freaking do it. I'll go ahead and just get this witnessed. And then I was 100% happy with this, and this one is signed in white as well.
I love it. That
So
looks so killer. It looks
yeah,
so
and
killer
it
like that.
really pops against the black background. So
I
Jenny
think if
didn't
you would have
have,
got it signed in any other color, it would have fucked it up. Like
yeah,
seriously.
and that's the thing. Like she didn't have, or I think she had a gray one, like a silver marker. But then
Yeah. Oh,
I started carrying my own markers in my backpack, and I was like, oh, I got you, Jenny's like, here's a white one, and then she got down on it. So I think that's like a new trend too. That's like you're starting to see with artists where they're playing with the colors of the markers and stuff like that. And I think that's something that Clayton Crane started. Clinton Crane is very famous for being very artsy with his signature.
yeah.
Um, and but now, like last time I saw Jenny Frison, she was here in Grand Rapids, 3 weeks ago, and now she carries like a box of markers as well. And she was really awesome, very friendly, and she was like obliging everybody, like what color they wanted, the spot that they wanted, and everything. So really great experience getting to meet her as well.
You
So
saw you saw like you've got Clayton Crane to sign stuff for you in person, right?
what's that?
You've met Clayton Crane and he signed stuff for you in
Oh
person.
yeah, yeah.
Every time he does, he's like such a pro. He looks like Wolverine. He does this, and he's always like just grabbing what he wants all the time,
Yes. Yep.
and it's crazy. Like, and he's so fast and efficient at it.
Yeah. And I remember like he started off with like rainbow signatures and everything. Like here's a Clayton Crane thing I got. This is Alien #1. Um, and I was dead set on getting this in green, like for the Xenomorph blood, and that's 100% what I really wanted. And Clayton Crane, like you were saying, like there's like levels to his game too. Like you can just get the plain Jane signature. Like he's got a couple of signatures. I think he's got
I
like the Remark one too.
I love that he like offers a $5 signature. Like it used to be like his it was the longer one that was a $5, and now it's like the real short one that has like the little dashes and it just says Crane. But like if you just want to get something signed, like he's making it affordable. And if you want to get crazy, like he'll charge you $175 to get like a fucking rainbow murder signature or whatever. So, but it is cool that he
Yeah.
like lets everybody get one if that they can afford. So that's awesome.
So here's another one. I got this one at Motor City Comic Con, and he was able to do it in yellow, which I think it matches with the lighting of the Swamp Thing. So it looks really cool. And there's hold on, let me blow it up so you guys can see the example of the shorter signature that he does right there.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's a shorter signature. And then on the back, it's got like an example of like the splatter one that he does as well. So it's very cool that he has kind of like a menu of signatures that he does, and it's very cool as well. And like we were talking earlier with like Sam I am, we're saying that it's always cool to put a face or a human on the other side of these things because man, let me tell you what, like people on the internet talk crazy, man. People talk a lot of shit and about people they never met before, you know what I mean? And there's things that they wouldn't say to the person in person. And I think meeting people, it really puts that face, that humanity feeling to the other side. You know what I mean? Like this was after like C2E2 drama that was going on last year. I met him at Motor City Comic Con, and he was still super humble, super dope, super friendly. He wasn't angry or anything. And met the chick lady, and she was pretty cool, very accommodating, excellent customer service. No problems, no issues with them. But you had people that were like out here acting like Clayton Crane slept with their lady or something. You know what I mean? And I think that's important to kind of meet these people and treat them with like respect and that you would afford to like any kind of person. You know what I mean? And I just think that's a cool thing too, that it adds that human factor to it as well.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's
Bobby.
crazy that everybody was being crazy like that about that. Sorry about that.
But yeah, I was just saying, thanks, Bobby. Like he was talking about those are the BCW cases. Like I said, I really like them, but you know, I have the J channel display in my room, and I can't really like if I want to display it in there, I don't know, it just kind of looks weird. But I do love them. I think they look awesome. If you just want to put it on some other stuff, but hold on, let me bring myself down and stuff like that. So, but
Yeah,
yeah, like you were saying, like it was crazy,
I
like how people were just like dogpiling on them.
I've met that guy like 5 times or something, and he's always like super quiet, super nice. Like, and that's all I can ask for him to be to me. Like he's nice to me, like always really cool.
Yeah,
I don't
it's all
really need to
about
get
like
it. I don't need to like know what his like personal life is like or like his shitting schedule or whatever. Like I don't give a shit about that. I just like love his symbiotes or I love like his monsters or I love this.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
crazy. Like, and a lot of those people that like talk shit, they will still go meet him because they're obviously a fan and they'll like
Mhm.
fucking fondle his balls as soon as they're like around him because
Yeah,
they're not going to be douches in front of this guy. They're behind like a computer and they're like, fuck this guy. He shouldn't have did whatever.
yeah,
It's such a waste of time. It's
yeah.
like such a waste of time.
So yeah, like and he was there at signature, and like I said, he was super
So
cool dude,
cool.
man.
Thanks. Super nice. Super quiet.
So yeah, man.
I got this
But yeah,
signed
like
by him like last time I met him. You don't
yeah.
need to blow this up, but like, uh, isn't that awesome?
Oh yeah,
Like,
that's dope, dude.
my War Machine Punisher helmet, and he
Hell
signed it in
yeah,
silver, and it
hell
looks
yeah.
like the battle damage silver. It's so awesome.
Yep,
I love that.
that's awesome, dude. Freaking
I
love that.
absolutely love that.
So, but yeah, like Clayton Crane. Let me see if I got another. I got another book to show you guys. Oh, I promised you guys a Sam De La Rosa one. Um, and I'm gonna blow this one up so you guys can see it a little bit better. Sam De La Rosa, man, freaking cool dude, man. He's a freaking hustler, man. Like he's like at all the cons, man, and everything's. But here's an example of just like doing like a remark on it, and he went all the way, bro. So I got this done on the actual slab itself. And I thought it would look pretty cool, man. I think it looked cool. Like this was one of those things where I just didn't want to crack it. And this is like Sandal Rosa just playing with all the colors of the marker. And to me, I don't know, it just looks awesome. And again, this was just something I don't need to get cracked and witness. This because this is going straight into my collection, for sure. But yeah, man, it's always
Well,
cool to see those guys.
like that helmet that I showed you. Like, not everything needs to be like witnessed. I have a ton of raw signatures everywhere. I just do it because it like works. Like the book works or whatever. Like, so I'll witness it. But like, I would 100% do a slab, and 100% do a helmet. Like or whatever. It's just whatever works. I love that slab
Yeah.
though. That looks fucking awesome.
So yeah, shout out Sam I Ams. You said I was gonna have Clayton Crane signed some books at Boston, but it was right after C2E2, so he didn't show up, which was a bummer. Yeah, man, like man, that is a bummer when they don't show up because I was supposed to see him at C2E2 too, and he didn't show up, so I was a little bummed out about that. So I get you, man. I feel you on that one. He's sweet signature on that Punisher. Hell yeah, man. War Machine Punisher is like the ultimate freaking predator, apex predator, dude. Can you imagine how much damage this dude will do? And
Punisher needs that costume to like compete
he,
now. He needs it.
yeah, he would be such a headache for the Avengers.
Yeah.
Uh, Here goes Bobby Delgado. At one of my first cons, I met two of my heroes, John Byrne and George Perez. After that, I was hooked. Man, that's pretty sweet, dude. Like those guys are freaking legends, man. And like I said, like I think it was the same thing for us too. Like once you get that taste of the con feeling and getting those signatures, man, it's over, man. It's you're off to the races. So
Dude,
yeah.
that's what collecting original art did for me. Like once I got like a sketch, I was like, holy hell, I can move past like these like collecting some of the books and keep getting deeper and deeper and deeper into this.
Okay.
So
And
it's all
but yeah,
addicting.
with that being said, like I think we're gonna transition into a little bit more of like sketches and original art. But first, we're gonna be playing a commercial from our newest sponsor because we gotta pay these bills out here in the Iceberg Lounge. So you guys stay tuned, man. Check this out, man. Uh, a word from hold on. I don't know how to play this. There we go. Check it out.
Do you wonder what the future holds? Call Miss Cleavon and let me tell you.
Miss Cleavon, my boyfriend wants to get engaged, but I don't think I'm ready.
Go to the crossroad at midnight. Light a blue candle and bite the head off 2 chicken. He will be dead before sunrise.
Wow, thanks!
Put your fate in my hands.
What are you wearing?
The turban of enlightenment, the robes of revelation, and some crotchless panties.
Is this 976 Spank Me?
It is if you want it to be. So pick up the phone and
All
call
right.
Miss Cleavon today. Help me make a fortune. Oh, read your fortune. Call me.
There it is, guys. So yeah, make sure you guys hit her up, man. And make sure you guys let her know all your deepest, darkest secrets, and she'll tell you the fortune and everything, man. I think it's only like $6 a minute. Nah, I'm just playing with you guys, man. It's just little
It's
gag stuff like that. So
$20 a minute.
shout out to Miss Cleo, man. Rest in peace, man. That's if she's even dead, man. She might have faked her own death, bro. She's a little scam artist. But yeah, man. Um, let's talk about original art, man. Like original art, man. It's like another different level, bro. Like another freaking level. Like that's where, I mean, when it comes to that, I feel like me and I feel like you would be okay with me including you into that. That we still feel like little fish in the big
Yeah.
ocean when it comes to like original pieces of art and things like that. But what's cool about this is that it's so satisfying having a one of one. You know what I mean? Like nobody else has this piece, and this is a piece that was published, and nobody else has it. And that's it, man. The one of one, and it's always going to be rare. As long as more than one person wants it, it's always going to be rare. Whereas opposed to with a lot of books, man, like even if they're grails, there's thousands of copies of them, and you know you can find a copy, you know what I mean? But when there's one, there's only one, and when it does go up for sale, you're gonna have a lot of competition. So, but original art is so cool because of that liveness to it. You know what I mean? I don't know what do you think about original? What's your connection to it?
I mean, everything that you said, I just love it. Like, I love the one-on-one. I love like uh, seeing it in person and seeing like all the steps that go into it. It's for me, it's like it's brand new. Like even though I've been doing it for like 4 years or whatever, 5 years now, it's still brand new to me, and I'm still learning about it. Um, the process can be crazy. Like the amount of money that you pay for one piece seems like a lot, and like
Hmm.
it's probably at its ceiling, but like I know it's not, because like what you said, like somebody will buy a piece of artwork, they hold on to it for 10 years, and then as soon as it's fresh to market, like everybody goes crazy because that's their one chance to get it. Also with like commissions, like
Yeah,
this Jay Lee commission, it took me a year and a half. I don't know if you can. Here, I'll take it off. Um, this one of Carnage versus Craven. Shit.
that's dope, dude.
Yeah, I love his art. It's
And
so
you could
badass.
and you could just tell it's Jay Lee like right off the bat. His
Yeah,
signature style.
that took me a year and a half to get this, and he still owes me a colored version. Like his wife is supposed to. So like I'm going on like over 2 years of
Yeah.
waiting for this stuff. And this was not cheap. It was like, I think it was like $1,800, dude. Like, so like just the thought of like trying to stomach all that is
Yeah.
crazy, because you pay up front, you pay like the $1,800 to get the piece, and then
Yeah.
it takes a year and a half. And like if anything ever happens, like whatever, you're
Not,
out that money. So it's like it's really like nerve wracking to like for me to put that much money into something, because to
so
me that's a lot of money.
and I'm like I'm gonna peep game on that piece behind you, that Spawn.
Yeah, and this is one of my other favorite pieces. This is
Sorry,
from
bro.
Spawn.
I'm just trying to make you pull everything off the wall, dude.
No, it's fine. This is from Spawn 16, and this is Greg Capullo's first time drawing Spawn, and that's, to me, that's so awesome. Like I just absolutely love that. And even on the comic book, like if you buy the comic book, it says like, Greg Capullo's first time working on Spawn.
Yeah.
So to me, like I think, whenever I bought this was high. This was like one of the higher ones that I bought, and it was like $700 when I bought it. But
Yeah.
like, I feel like it's worth it, and like I'm
Yeah.
happy I bought it. I'm like, that's one thing too, is like just being happy with the stuff that you buy, like so you don't regret it. Like if I would have bought that as an investment piece, I would have been very disappointed. Maybe like that, like because I'm waiting for it to like make. I'm trying to make money on it, and that would suck. Like it would
Yeah.
suck to spend $700 and wait for it to make money.
And I
But
was
I
saying
love
like
it. Like
that's
so, like I love just looking at it, like just sitting on my wall. I'm like, holy shit, I have this fucking page. It's so cool. So
yeah.
like, even if I only get $700 from this in 20 years, I'll be fine with it, because like
Yeah.
I'm enjoying having it on my wall. I absolutely love it.
That's a legit piece because it is considered a key, right? Like even if you have like a copy of the book,
Yeah, it's
CGC
like
has that note on there.
it's a minor key. It's like like there's I can't remember the issue, but there's a Jim Lee issue or whatever that's like first um gosh dang it, like first time working in Marvel or first time working on X-Men or whatever. And then there's
Yeah.
I have a Todd McFarlane page in one of my books from Infinity Inc., and it's like one of his first times working in comics, and it's super cool to have that. I have a really cool piece on my wall. Let me show you that. Let me get this one.
Discovered that something as simple as paper and ink can make this old man happy. Man, 100%, dude. I never thought that I'd get so much joy out of having like works of art, just a piece of paper with ink on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just the art by itself. You know what I mean? I get enjoyment from reading stuff, but just the art by itself too. Just there's something really neat about it.
this one is by Chris Trogue. It's not really the artist is the reason I bought it, but this is a Coyote 11, and this is the first comic that Todd McFarlane did interiors for, and I
Oh
have the
shit.
cover for it. It's like that's crazy, right?
Yeah, that's a
It's so
fucking
awesome.
key, bro.
Yeah,
That's fucking badass, dude.
yeah. I think
That's
on the
badass, dude.
yeah, if like you get this book graded by CGC, it says Todd McFarlane's first interior work, like
Yeah.
in comics. So,
And that's
and I have the
what's
cover.
so
That's
awesome
awesome.
because that's
I love it.
like 101, right? Like you can get a copy of the book, but unless
Yeah,
you sell that shit, nobody else can have it. You know what I mean? And that's a cool thing about it, is that uniqueness. You know what I mean? That somebody
yeah,
worked
I love it.
put
And
work
like
into it.
like as much as I can fit on these walls is all on the walls. Like I do have like a bunch of binders because I can't fit everything, and all I dream about is having a bigger fucking room to have like a museum that I can just walk through and like look at everything.
Dude, yeah, I'd love to like have my own museum, bro. Like
Oh,
just
dude,
like
like
works of art and stuff like
I
that.
tell I tell my kids stuff like that all the time. I'm like, I just need more room, like because I love looking at it. Like it's so cool to like just stand in the in the
Yeah.
room and enjoy it. I love it. So
Bobby the Ghetto, I get a sketch by an artist and I just be beaming ear to ear, wanted to show it off. Yeah, man, 100%, bro. Like, same thing. Yeah, he's got that fire, bro. Same thing, dude. Like, anytime I get a sketch or something, bro, like, I'll like send Steve like a DM, bro. Like, yo, check this out, dude.
yeah.
And I know you'll do the same too. And it's like, just
Oh, dude,
sharing that.
this is like my favorite part of like like whenever started doing YouTube and started meeting people like this has been my favorite part because I don't know people personally that is into this. So it's like cool to like meet like you and everybody else that's like, oh, look at this, and we
Yeah.
can all like
Like you might
bounce
have
cool
people
stuff.
who are like kind of interested into it or whatever, but sometimes they're just being polite or whatever. But you know, get someone who's just like really into it. That's
I
always
think
cool.
I think most of the people that I tell like at work and stuff, they're like, dude, you're crazy to spend that much money.
So check out this piece right here, man. So this is a Matsuo Takata piece. If you have on my Instagram, then you've probably seen this already, but it's really cool getting to see like key moments in like key issues. Like I've been reading Poison Ivy and I have been enjoying it. And I think that this is probably like the strongest issue in the series so far. And I think this is like a pivotal moment where Poison Ivy hears Harley Quinn's voice for the first time. And then on the next page is when they there's I think there's a splash of Harley, and then the next page they reunite. But you know, I was able to pick this up very I think at a very affordable thing. But it has two of my favorite things: Poison Ivy and freaking coffee, man. You know what I mean? And I just really love it because you see the art, the inks. This one did come damaged. You guys can probably see there a little bit. There's a little bit of an indentation in there. But honestly, I'm not really sweating it too much because I feel like I would have been mortified if it would have been like over here in this section of the panels, because I think it's something that Steve and I talked about when it comes to original art. Uh, every piece is different. Like it's very difficult to put values on original art because I think like the characters that you have, the splash, the amount of characters that you have, the type of paneling that you have, and all that stuff. It's just it can get a little hectic, man. But you know, it's just to find a piece that just kind of like speaks to you, man. That's really cool, man. So I got another piece right here that I just want to show you guys. This is probably like the latest piece that I have. Ghost Rider, issue 7, page 14, Corey Smith, and this is all pencils. So this is a really cool piece. This is pretty much where Mephisto used Roxy to lure Johnny Blaze into a trap, and I just love that transformation of Roxy into like this freaking zombie. So I love the horror aspect of this. I think that's really awesome to see that horror aspect. And you can't really see it, but back there's like some eyes looking through the creaks of the walls. I just love it. As much as I would love to have a page with our Ghost Rider on it, I think this is a very good, proper uh, horror page as well. So very happy to add that in there. Ghost Rider pages are like I think Ghost Rider is a very popular character. Like, and I think when those pages go on there, they kind of just fly off. So I felt very fortunate to be able to pick that up. Um, that's not damage. That's character.
I agree with
Yes,
that.
yes,
I
yes.
100% agree with that.
Yeah, I don't have any original pages that those are awesome. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you. So yeah, this is one thing we were talking about. Like I know you when I told you it was damaged, like and you were just like telling me about like some of the pages that you have.
This is one that I got you one like this too, but like this is a way to get like a piece of original art that's affordable and like has Ghost Rider. Like this is the color guide
Hmm.
for Ghost Rider, and it shows the transformation. It's cool. Like has a like just kind of
Oh
like
wow.
all the notes for everything.
Yeah.
Um, these are cool, man. Like just something cool to have as like a collectible, but
Yeah.
you know.
And I know you were saying like damage. A lot of people don't really. I think art collectors don't really care too much about like damage to
No,
books and
because
stuff
it's
like that.
it's it's the only one. It's like nobody's grading it like that. Like this page right here is from Maximum Carnage, and it
Yeah.
has holes on the side, like punch holes.
Yeah.
All the word balloons are yellowing from the glue, and I think it's missing one of the word balloons right here. Um,
Yeah.
but it's the only one. It's like take it or leave it. Do you want it
Yeah.
or not?
100%.
But this is
So
a Web of Spider-Man 101 by Alex Saviak, and it's the
that's
last
awesome.
page that I got from the Maximum Carnage storyline.
That's awesome. Like I love it. Like some of the older books, guys. Like you guys aren't familiar with that, some of the older books or the older original art actually has like the word bubbles in there. And I think that's really cool because you can actually, kind of figure out what's going on that page as well.
Yeah,
And
I
like
love
you
that.
said, like you were telling me, like sometimes you can see like what the artists were doing, like their trade. This is their work. You know what I mean? They go to work, and you can see them having like putting their coffee mug on a piece of art and stuff, and it just kind of adds to it. Like Bobby was saying, it's just like uh, it adds character to it as well. So
Yeah, 100
let me see
100% adds
where our
character.
time is at. So we got 5 more minutes, man. You got anything else you want to show? Or
Um, I will show one more piece, and like, oh geez, I'll show a different piece than I showed earlier. That's just a cool piece. This is the first cover I ever got, and I thought at one point I was never going to get a cover, like a published cover, and I think I have like 5 or 6 now. But this is a cool one because it's a Carnage. It's like a published cover with Carnage by Glenn Fabry, and it's Deadpool versus Carnage issue 1.
dude, that cover is
Uh,
amazing.
dude, I love it.
That
Like
page.
it's so awesome. This was hanging up for a long time,
Yeah,
but space is limited, so uh, I gotta rotate. I gotta rotate stuff out until I get like
yeah,
more space. But it's like done in like almost like pencil and charcoal, and it
yeah.
looks so good. I just absolutely love that.
Nice, amazing. Hey,
Yeah.
Sam, I am. If you're still in the chat, bro, just hang tight, man. If you want to do like we're going to be doing a little giveaway right here at the end. So yeah, man. Let me get you out of here. Let's go ahead and do that. So yeah, man. Thank you guys for coming out and checking out the live stream, man. Again, apologize, man, for getting on so freaking late. Um,
We
you
actually
know,
did this already.
we
Yeah,
actually got on time, and we
yeah,
were doing it, and we were a lot more freaking energetic on that first go
yeah,
around. We were freaking knocking it out. Yo, check out this man. It was
yeah.
wild, dude, but I guess we'll never know because we're also idiots. But man, just to say thank you guys for coming through, man. We're gonna be doing a giveaway. I'm trying to think of the best way to do it. So if you're still in so Steve, if you do some let's see how we're gonna do it.
Dude, can
Do you
you
have
pull up a
access
will?
wheel?
Yeah, can you pull up a will?
Yeah, let's see if I can do that. So you guys, if you're still in, I'll put Sammy in, and even though he bounced a little early, but we'll get him in here. So if you guys are in here, just let me know so I can. I know some people have been watching, haven't really put anything in there, but let me know, Bobby Della Ghetto.
I know, like you're doing
Sam,
stuff right now, but
Tim, bro, I'm sorry, Tim. I know Tim came early, bro, but he probably got frustrated because we weren't coming on.
oh, dude, he came like 2 hours ago. That sucks.
And we're gonna throw in Unruly as well.
Yeah, I would say you put both of those in too.
All right,
Here's one of my
so let's.
favorite Carnage drawings right here.
What's
By
that?
the man
Eastman?
Eastman, dude. That's so crazy that I got to
Dude,
keep
you
an
got
Eastman
like a
Carnage.
murderer's row, bro, of freaking Carnage
I
sketches.
love that.
Hold on, let me try to share my window.
I'm just gonna keep showing Carnage sketches.
All right, can you see the window, Steve?
Oh yeah, it's starting to pop up. Yep,
All
I can
right,
see.
is that is that
There it
is
goes.
that everybody? Oh, I think we had a few more people earlier in. Norin Rad, we'll put
Oh
him
yeah,
in there
Norman
as well.
Rad. And comic, uh, comic cap, I think.
Comic Cat. And then Comic Cat.
I don't have that. I want that. Like the one with this cover
Yeah,
right there.
Is that everybody right there? I think that's everyone. All right. If there's anybody out there, man, just let me know.
If I can find a cheap version of the Acclaim Maximum Carnage, I will 100% get that.
All right.
I saw them
So
for like 150. I just haven't pulled the
I'm gonna
trigger.
shuffle the shit out of this, and we're gonna spin it.
Ah, you have
Oh,
10
and by
of
the way, the
them?
prize. I haven't even showed you
I
guys
will
the prize.
trade you
Like,
something for that. I'm sorry, I'm talking at like I'm having a
are
conversation.
you making
with
a
Bobby.
deal with the chat, bro?
No, he's saying he has 10 of the maximum of the Bill Sienkiewicz Maximum Carnage ones. I would love to get one. If you hit me up on Instagram, maybe we could work out a trade. I would love to get
Oh
one.
man.
Like your lowest grade is fine because it's PC, so I'm not looking
Awesome,
for
dude.
anything high
Hell yeah,
grade.
dude. All right. So the prize, man. Like I didn't even say, like it's gonna be a Jenny Frison signed book. So I got this signed at C2E2, and I'll probably throw some other books in there as well. But yeah, man, this is a really cool thing by Jenny Frison. So let's spin this bad boy and let's get her done. Oh, unruly, man. Forget coming in first. So I'll reach out to him. I know he's on Instagram. I have talked to him, but yeah, man, I appreciate, man, everybody coming out, man, that came out and talked to us and stuff like that. Well, I had a good time. Thank you, Steve, for jumping on to me. Thank you for doing this twice with me, bro.
Yeah,
I really appreciate that.
I'm gonna add Bobby to my Instagram, and
All
maybe we can
right.
work. I literally like low grade, whatever. Like
So
throw away your low grade, and maybe we could work something out.
So thank you to everybody, man. Everybody watching us on the replay. Shout out to you guys as well. Geeks, happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day
Thank you,
to
buddy.
everyone in the chat, man. Happy Father's Day to everyone out there, all the father figures, uncles and grandpas and stuff like that. So appreciate you. And you guys have a very, very good weekend, man. And we are out of here.
Won't obey. You cannot tell me what I cannot say. I'm here to last, so yeah, I'm here to stay. I'll live each second like my final day. You can't take that away. Yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life.
Hey, good for you for sticking to the hour again.